Second down, Winston. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The 10th-year man from linebacker U, Paul Posluszny, in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw, Winston. And the tight end, Olsen, right side. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right. Brees to throw on 2nd down. It's Hill, complete, and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Brees. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 2nd down, here's Brees. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Steps away. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The 6th overall pick in 2015, Leonard Williams. Never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. To throw, it's Brees. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quentin Demps. And he will be brought down as... never mind, Larry, forget your halftime report. Apparently, they are set for the 3rd quarter of action already. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Set to return. This is Brandon Cooks. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Well, he currently stands 2nd in the league in rushing, and runs like that are a big reason why. Heck, runs like that might get him to 1st.
And when you've got goals in front of you, if you're 2nd and you want to be 1st, that type of running gives you something to shoot for and hopefully attain.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do? Check your playlist.
Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. 8 yards still remaining here on 3rd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Winston now. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Now on 4th down, Jack Del Rio's going to send on the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the former Florida Gator, Sturgis, gets it to go. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses we talk to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they wanted to.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in
a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Butler. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit. Taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
Got it! Check. Ready, 5-5-5. Kill. Check.
So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. They're able to find Garcon. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Over the middle to Garcon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now in Tampa. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Breeze now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. They get 31 yards that time. And that'll be good enough for a Tampa Bay first down. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now here come the Raiders. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Jameis to throw it. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So ways to go here on 3rd and 10.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
Holding offense. That penalty is declined.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Oakland. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he'll take it on this side of midfield. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. They fake the give. Here's Brees. Now Brees lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So they're on that play. Offensively, they were in the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let them know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play. 3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. On 3rd down, Winston finding time to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front. But then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out. And you think, I don't know, the field goals are going to be enough to get us home. And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate. Blitz coming, and down he goes. William Golston. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Breeze to throw on second down. And he slings one that's incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. Third down here. And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. On third and long, it's Breeze. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 23 yards on the play. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. Off the play fake, Winston. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Now the fifth-year man, this is Lance Dunbar. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. On his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded just inside the 30. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to have a third down. And they're going to speed things up here. He'll look to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of them with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in the diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it. And here we are today.
Eluding the pressure right. That is caught inside the 5. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. In his career, he has a spell of 10 straight seasons, 4,000 yards or more. Only quarterback to do that. We're seeing more of it here in this one.
We better not take it for granted, because what we're watching, it's vintage Drew Brees, but it still is excellent.
He's back to throw. Flush to his right. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a second and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. One final, feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now it looks like they might be expecting a pass, an extra DB in on third and goal.
And that's how the game has changed. Now we think pass first, even in goal line situations.
Back to throw. And it's incomplete.